What's up, Raptor fans? This one didn't taste good. It's me again, A-Dubs. The Raptors played the Lakers tonight at home and lost. The home winning streak is over. All the streaks are over. This was a really disappointing one. The Raptors lost at the buzzer, 123 to 120. I want to say the Raptors deserved to win this game, but I really want to say the Raptors deserved to lose this game. They put themselves in the position to lose and get beat like that, and they got beat like that. This was this new Raptors team's first chance to erase any LeBron toe taunting. So, I was hoping maybe, we could just have took the game because we had it in hand a few times. Even though they had the lead for a while, we took the lead for a while. At the end, we came back and pretty much made it a tight game, but then just let it slip through our fingers. So disappointing, very disappointing. The Lakers were without Luka Doncic, their top scorer, and the Raptors were without Jakob Poeltl resting on the first half of a back-to-back, and RJ Barrett was still out with a knee injury. Both teams shorthanded. Really hard to tell who'd be better at full strength, but we had two sort of strange standout games by two Laker players. And one thing I was really annoyed by Raptor players, other than the pretty decent performances, just don't know why at any point you'd think it'd be a good idea to argue for calls against LeBron James and the Lakers. You're just not going to win that battle. You can't play as if that's part of your game plan. You have to play as though your game plan is they're going to make those calls against you every time. It's LeBron, James, and the Lakers. So, alright. I'm only doing two matchups tonight because they were just the most significant matchups, and they're going to feature those same two standout games by those same two Lakers, Austin Reeves and LeBron James. The Lakers stars just pretty much won them the game. The bench played their roles as role players, while the Raptors had a pretty balanced effort. At the very end of the game, when you're in that position against a team with a player like LeBron James with winning experience, at winning time, he's going to make the right play, and if you're in the position to lose against him, you can almost expect to lose. So let's just start talking about these matchups. The first one we'll do is LeBron James, one of the biggest stars the league has ever had. And he's up against Scottie Barnes, or Scottie Barnes is up against him, however you want to see it. And these are both pretty good performances. I can't really complain about Scottie Barnes' performance whatsoever. And there are definitely some flaws in LeBron James' output. LeBron James had a streak of however many games. Okay, I guess I'll find out what that.
NBA, Toronto AP, LeBron James' streak of 1,297 consecutive double.
LeBron James' streak of 1,297 games scoring in double digits had been broken tonight, and he passed it to Rui Hachimura for the winning shot for the last 3 points of the game that put it away. LeBron is a player that could have taken that shot, missed it, went into overtime, but as he put it, that was the winning play and he made it. I say if you're the Raptors, you just can't put yourself in that position against a player like that, and all that Hachimura had to do was hit the shot. He was wide open. So let's start with Scottie Barnes' numbers. Scottie Barnes hit 8 of 16 shots for 23 points on 50% shooting. He hit 2 of his 5 3-pointers. Once again, a pretty good free throw percentage at 5 of 6 shots. I'm just noting that because free throws came into play on the other side of the matchup, and it's to be expected against the Lakers. He also had 11 rebounds, 9 assists, almost a triple-double, 4 stocks, an assist to turnover ratio of 4.5. He had 9 assists and 2 turnovers. An all-around good game from Scottie Barnes. He shot well, he hit the 3-pointers, he passed the ball, he rebounded the ball, he had 4 offensive rebounds. He didn't turn the ball over too much. But against a former, maybe still current superstar like LeBron, you're gonna need a stellar performance, or even if you just have a great performance, you got to put away the game. At winning time, if the game is close, LeBron James is just known for winning. So let's go to LeBron's numbers, which actually weren't that great. LeBron James hit 4 of 17 shots tonight for 8 points on 23.5% shooting. So the streak broken tonight, 1,297 games straight of scoring 10 or more points, double digits, and all night he'd been guarded pretty well. He didn't shoot too well, and the winning play, he definitely could have took that shot, but he passed it, made the winning play, and that also leads to his outstanding stat of the night, which is pretty crazy. So he had 6 rebounds and 0 stocks. That's what a lot of people would say is normal for him, but he usually has a steal or 2, and an assist to turnover ratio. I think this is the record for the season that I've covered of 11 assists and and 0 turnovers. I mean, maybe he didn't shoot well, but he didn't do any damage turnover wise. That's just elite. There's nothing you could say about that other than it's elite. 11 assists, 0 turnovers. He didn't score too many points, but that 11th assist was the assist that won the game. At winning time against a player like this, putting yourself in the position to lose, you're probably going to lose. And I know the Raptors, I feel that they want to be in this position often. Some of the games that they play, I just feel they play lethargic, almost feeling purposefully as though they want to be in this position against teams like this and see how it feels, I suppose. I don't know. I mean, this is just my guess, you know, I'm just supposing here. That's what I think. But again, you put yourself in that position, this is what happens. LeBron made the pass and Rui Hachimura hit the shot and they won the game. His plus minus was a -1 and Scotty's was a +3. You know, it's neither here nor there. That's just a matter of who was on the court, and that's pretty balanced. This matchup, this matchup is a pretty unique one to me. Just judging that bad, terrible shooting percentage. 0 of 5 3-pointers. Not even 10 points. Breaking a record. 6 rebounds is alright. I mean, how many of those were offensive? Only 1. Not really an impact there, but again, not hurting his team at all, who were in the game all the way through. They had the lead most of the way, and in the end is when they had trouble with the Raptors, who pretty much should have taken this game at home. LeBron's experience at the end of the game proved to just put them over the top with that winning play. Yeah, I'm stressed. This is, I don't even know how to rate an 11-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. 11-to-1 is if he had 1 turnover, which he didn't. So at this point, it's whose stand do I want to be called at this point? I don't know. Scotty Barnes, because I'm a Raptor fan, or LeBron James, if anything, because 11 assists and 0 turnovers and the winning play. This is a stats matchup, but that 1 assist at the end, that 11th assist, that's a winning assist. Scotty Barnes, as good as his stats were, you lose the game. 4 stocks. I gotta call it a draw. Whoever stan you want to call me, you can call me, but I gotta call it a draw. That 11-to-0 assist to turnover ratio, that's just devastating. But there's also the bad shooting, the lack of points from a star player. 0 of 5 3-pointers, 0 stocks, but massive damage with that assist to turnover ratio. 0 turnovers. I can't. It's a draw. It's a draw. Moving on to the next matchup, Brandon Ingram versus Austin Reeves. This matchup has an equally devastating stat. I think everybody knows Austin Reeves scored 44 points tonight, but just the manner in which he scored, though, kind of irks me a little bit, of course, because you know how the refs always do right by the Raptors, right? Hey, so Brandon Ingram versus Austin Reeves. Ingram hit 10 of 23 shots for 20 points on 43.5% shooting. He missed all of his 3-pointers, 0 for 6, which you got to hit a couple of those, 1 or 2 of those tonight. We might be up a little bit more than we were, and if you're taking 6, please hit 1. You know he was guarded closely, but the Lakers defense is not something that you should really be bothered by. He also had 7 rebounds, 1 stock, a block, an assist to turnover ratio of 2.3. He had a lot of assists tonight, 7 total, but he did have 3 turnovers, which brought down his assist to turnover ratio. Still pretty good, but I like my turnovers at a maximum of 2. It's borderline. So a pretty good line from Brandon Ingram, but a -3 plus minus. The game was pretty close. Austin Reeves, despite the high scoring output, not much of an imbalance with Brandon Ingram for the assist to turnover ratio. A fair amount, 9 points. Let's go to Austin Reeves' stats now. Austin Reeves hit 13 of 21 shots for 44 points on 62% shooting. He hit 5 3-pointers, 5 rebounds, no stocks, and an assist to turnover ratio of 2-to-1. But that's also on 10 assists, which means he had 5 turnovers. But when you score 44 points, you can turn the ball over a little bit more than usual. That means you had the ball in your hands quite a bit, and you made up for it. You pretty much made up for it. When you get turnovers, to me, you are just putting your team at a disadvantage when it comes to possessions, and you got to make up for it. 44 points, I think, especially on that volume shooting, especially on that efficient shooting, is gonna do it for me when it comes to making up for that many turnovers, especially when you had the 10 assists. Only 2-to-1 5 turnovers, but still pretty darn good. 44 and 10 and 5 rebounds. That's a game and a half from Austin Reaves. I would say I want a couple more 3-pointers from Brandon Ingram to make this game even compare to Austin Reaves' game. No offense to Brandon Ingram, but it's just a subpar game. Even with the 20 points, the 7 rebounds, the 7 assists, it's a decent game in terms of just stats, but the bad or at least subpar shooting at 43.5%. If you hit a couple more 3-pointers, I guess that's 12 of 23 shots and 26 points, and we win the game. So that being said, Austin Reaves wins this matchup, and he carried the Lakers through this game. The one stat I did have a problem with was the fact that, yes, he has the talent to get to the line, quote unquote get to the line, but some of these were just, he begged for some calls that were not calls. I saw a replay where he complained about Jacoby Walter. If you're complaining about that, buddy, you really want calls for nothing. I really question some of those 13 of 15 free throw shots that he hit or that he was allowed to take. When a player gets a scoring total of 44 points, getting to the free throw line probably bolstered it, but at the same time, you don't want them to get that many calls on ticky-tack fouls. If you want to make those calls on one end, please make them on the other end. And I can tell you right now that Mamukelashvili has bumps and bruises that maybe those calls should have been called too. Just saying, call it even. That's just one player I can say definitely gets fouled all the time. And if you're going to call ticky-tack fouls on Austin Reaves, maybe you should call just the bare minimum on Mamukelashvili. So a tough loss tonight for the Raptors. The same big issues when Pirtle's out, which is offensive rebounding. You want the Raptors to do better, but it seems to be a big problem when Pirtle's not part of the game. So something to continue to work on. But if my conspiracy theory is right and the Raptors really want to keep themselves in these games late every game, yeah, just keep not offensive rebounding, and yeah, you'll have some close games almost every game, because if you're making stops but then you give the team second and third and sometimes fourth chances to get a shot, they're gonna make them eventually. And maybe it feels triumphant to stop them the third and fourth time, but it's not a healthy way to win basketball games. You're overworking yourself on what could be one possession turning into 2, 3, and 4. Something they need to work on. The same problem as before. I don't think they have many other problems other than just little things that teams that haven't been together long would need to work on, like just general chemistry. But we're really feeling the burn without Pirtle in there getting those offensive rebounds. Obviously as well, RJ Barrett too, the scoring would help, and generally just another active player that can be a solid player out there. All I have to report tonight really is that the Raptors lost a game that they could have won just by being in the position to lose it, and I don't think they had to be in that position, frankly, down to the play that tied the game, which was Austin Reaves just running into the basket when the Raptors thought that the Lakers were going to call a timeout. LeBron James was already on the bench, so I guess they just got caught sleeping, or I don't know. But anyways, you got to win the game. You just got to win the game. At the end of the game, you just got to make plays to win the game, and the Raptors just let it slip through their fingers. They should have tried to create a little bit more space between themselves and the Lakers at the end of the game. Not saying that they weren't trying to, but they left themselves in a very precarious position, and it resulted in the worst case for the Raptors. So if you're watching this and you want to see me again, please follow or subscribe on the platform that you're watching on. And if you like what I've been talking about, please light up the like button. This was an annoying one, but at least we were in the game. You just hate to lose like that. In any case, Raptor fans, you have a good one. I'm A-Dubs. Peace out.